everyone, and welcome to another day in Vera. We have a very exciting stream for you today. It has been some time since we have showed off a bit of the ranged combat, and today we are going to be talking about the Ranger Archetype with some 17, 18, 19 skills. I can't remember what we're going to be showcasing today in the base archetype, but it is a whole lot of Ranger. And I have joining us today three of our glorious developers, two of our senior designers, Trad and Brian. Trad, Brian, how you guys doing?
Doing good. Glad to be here. I think it's been a couple since we did our last combat showcase.
I know.
Yeah, I'm doing great. Happy to show off the Ranger.
Yeah, you've been putting in a lot of work on this, Brian.
Not just me, the whole team.
Absolutely, the whole team. But you, Rangers are near and dear to your heart, right? Aren't you a Ranger player? Don't you play some Rangers?
Yes. Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite classes. They're often not done justice in games, so getting the opportunity to do right by Ranger mains makes me happy.
Yes. And then, of course, the man behind the magic, the senior engineer and the owner for the PC core team, Keenan. How you doing, Keenan?
I'm alive. Happy to be here, though.
Yeah, this is, by the way, this is a really cool environment. I see Carvin in the background. We're here in winter. It is, it's definitely giving me the Christmas vibes, and it is beautiful. I mean, the environment team, holy smokes, what an amazing job. I love the snow, everything. It feels so cozy.
It does.
Now, we have, let's see, I'm in your party. We have established from some feedback from the community on the showcasing that little one by one of each ability before we get into any combat situations with some mobs or NPCs is desired. It's a nice clean way for us to kind of showcase obviously all the hard work that's gone into the creation of this excuse me, into the creation of this archetype. I apologize for coughing, guys. I've recently got sick and I'm still recovering a little bit, but I am doing much better now. So I think this is a great place. What is this, like some dried up riverbed or something? It looks pretty cool. Get some nice colors in here. Now, obviously, as a disclaimer, before we begin, I do want to say that UI, VFX, 100% a work in progress. Oh my God, there's a bird up there. And
I got him.
Oh, thank you. Good. It's a scary little bird. The UI is a work in progress. The VFX are a work in progress. Everything here is subject to change through testing. Obviously, Alpha 2 coming up is going to be a big opportunity for us to test a lot of this stuff. So please keep that in mind, especially you content creators out there who are going to do some review videos. Make sure you mention that at the start of your videos. Keenan, how do you feel about being a targeting dummy for the showcase of these abilities?
I'll tank it.
All right, let's do that. And do you have a healer? Trad? Very
Trad's got me.
All right, Trad's got you.
It's all on me here.
All right, there we go. All right, so I am now no longer in your party so that I can murder you. But I have set my cooldowns to 0.1, I believe, so that I can show each of these abilities off multiple times as we're talking about it. So please keep in mind, guys, as you're out there watching this display, the cooldowns here are set to practically nothing. Now we're going to do some combat afterwards. I'll set cooldowns back, but during this display they're set to nothing. Let us showcase our first ability. I see we have Snipe, and we showed Snipe off last year when we did our last ranged basic weapon combo update, and people got to see a little preview of it last month as well during our artisanship review. But talk to me about some of the changes that Snipe has gone through and what this ability serves as a purpose. Brian.
Yeah, so with Snipe, we've been leaning into it being an alpha strike ability. So it's what you want to open with to deal massive damage. And since it's got that charge up time, it's not as good to do when you're needing to kite something, but whenever you're just opening on something that's an unsuspecting target, it's the perfect ability for it. And if you have spec choices, there's other things that lean into it. For instance, you got that proc on you right now that's giving you 20% bonus attack speed on a successful snipe.
Oh, very cool. Okay, let me take a look at that.
Fire it again. You'll see it.
Okay, let me see.
Yeah, Trad helped with this. He added this into the skill tree, Yeah, just procced on you there. So
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, so your follow-up shots will come out even quicker.
Cool. So that proc is happening because I have spec'd into a passive. And let's take a look.
Yes.
This is the first time that people have actually seen the progression tree for a particular archetype in quite a while, actually, probably since our Alpha 1. But there has been a lot of work that's gone into this from you guys, of course. Talk to me a little bit about the different types of abilities we're seeing here.
Trad, do you want to take this one? Because you put a lot of work into this.
Sure. I mean, we're going to go through all these as we go through and show them off one by one. But what you're seeing at a high level here is just what you'd pretty much expect of a traditional skill tree. We're doing something a little more advanced than just like a bottom-up structure because we're being a little bit more freeform in this iteration. This will obviously see more UI iterations in the future, but you'll see like a mix of active and passive abilities here. Actives are indicated by their square shape, while the circular ones are representing passives. And one thing to note as well is that these passives are aiming to be a little more interesting than just like, this ability does more damage now, or this, it has a lower cooldown. Like we do have some of those too, but the goal with a lot of these passives, in addition to that, is to allow people to lean into unique playstyles. So you'll notice that some of them are changing your gameplay in meaningful ways, and that's the direction we want to take player and character customization as a whole.
Very cool. Yeah, I love it. Obviously, this is all subject to intense feedback from the testers who will be participating as part of Alpha 2. All of this stuff is subject to change, as I said, but it gives you guys a very good idea direction-wise, and your feedback is, of course, why we do these development updates, so please make sure that you give us your thoughts back on this type of progression tree. In addition to the archetype progression tree, we also have something that interacts with each of the archetypes, and that is a weapon progression tree as well. Now, obviously, the format of this particular weapon skill tree that you're seeing here is a relatively simplistic one, but talk to me a little bit about the intent and purpose behind the weapon skill tree.
Yeah, so the intent here is to give you choices. Either I want to extend and improve my combo, or I want just passive benefits that increase my attack speed or crit chance in this case with the short bow. And yeah, as you can see, the tree's a lot more simple, kind of like a stage 1 tree, work in progress, but it'll get fancier over time.
And I see on the far right-hand side, Brian, that there are additional combo steps. So let me actually unspec these additional combo steps so that we can talk first about the basic weapon combo, and I'm just going to demonstrate that here. I'm going to use the short bow. Now, this is a short bow we are using. You guys remember from last year when we showcased ranged weapons that we had obviously a number of them, some of them arcane, some of them physical, but the two bow types that we have are longbow and short bow. I'm using the short bow, as you can see. It is a copper short bow. And let's see what this looks like without the combo upgrade.
That's 4 hits there.
Very cool. So it's relatively rapid pace, especially compared to that of the longbow that you guys got to see a little while ago. Let us talk about speccing now into these additional combo steps. And what does that do? Oh, you know what?
Yes. So we've done a lot of experimentation over the past couple months to find out what's the shortest and what's the longest combo that's acceptable, because we had this goal where we wanted to have combo length progression available to players, so that certain builds could have longer weapon combos and other builds can have shorter weapon combos with more passive effects. And this has been the result of our exploration. So when you start out, you've got a pretty quick 4-hit combo, but whenever you unlock the additional hits, you get the 5th and 6th hits, which add approximately 50% to the overall combo length. But we found that gave a pretty satisfying floor and ceiling to how long the combo can be.
It definitely, I can feel absolutely the change, obviously, in the pace between not having spec'd into the combo and getting those additional 5th and 6th steps
So in addition to the later hits in the combo doing additional damage, you also unlock proc effects. So on your 5th hit, you unlock the special 5th hit, which gives you 10% bonus critical strike chance, which you just proc there. And then the 6th hit, you unlock the special 6th hit, which gives you Arrow Storm, which causes your next, I believe, 10 attacks to fire an additional arrow at the target.
Very cool.
So that combos really well with rapid fire abilities such as the next ability we're going to be looking at.
All right, let's take a look at Barrage. So Barrage, it says, fires a continual barrage of arrows at your target for 1.5 seconds, dealing 12% physical damage per arrow. Okay, let's take a look at this.
It might not seem like a lot per arrow, but it
Oh
fires a
my
lot of
gosh.
arrows.
Now that's a charge. Is this a charged ability? Do I have multiple charges of this? No.
Right now
same
you only
time.
have one charge.
Okay.
And we did some iterations with this, and a lot of play testing. And yeah, we changed this back to only having one charge, and you can reduce the cooldown of this by completing a weapon combo.
Okay, alright. Let me see this. So if I complete a weapon combo, it would reduce the cooldown. Now, right now I'm set to 0 cooldown, so we can show that off a little bit later. Talk to me a little bit about Headshot.
Yeah, headshot. It starts off. So there's ways that you can specialize this that turn it into the execute that it was born as originally. It does pretty high damage, but if you spec it appropriately, it does bonus damage when the target's below 50% health, and if the target is marked, it has 50% reduced cooldown, I believe, with the spec that you have.
Oh, cool.
So-
Okay. So if I have a mark on the target, then I get a 50% cooldown.
Yeah, you get 50% reduced cooldown on headshot.
Nice. Now, we haven't talked about marks before. You want to talk to me a little bit about the intent behind marks?
Yep. The intent behind marks is to provide a burst window on the target. Often in other games, it's just bonus damage. This is much more significant on the impact that this will have on the target. It's basically marking the target for death. It has a pretty huge effect. For instance, Mark of the Tiger, it grants 50% bonus critical chance to all attacks striking the target. Mark of the Bear is minus 25% armor, and Mark of the Raven is a bonus hit that occurs every time the target is struck, and it scales up in damage based on how low on health the target is.
Okay, so let me try Mark of the Bear. So this reduces their mitigation by 25%. So when I use an ability first, like Headshot, I just did 76 damage. If I were to start Headshot and then I can use the Mark of the Bear while I'm channeling the or casting the Headshot, it will apply to the target while I'm essentially using Headshot. Is that correct?
Yeah, correct. Keenan and the engineers made us some awesome what you might know it in other games as off-global cooldown tech. We call it simultaneous casting. And yeah, that allows you to cast your marks at the same time as other abilities, allowing for very efficient use of time.
Awesome. Okay, so now it's gone from him. I'm doing 76 again. Wow, that's a significant bump.
Yeah, Mark of the Bear is really good against tanky targets.
Yeah, that's awesome. Mark of the Raven, let's take a look at this. I love the effects. Scott has done such a great job with these.
Yeah, I love that he decided to join the VFX team and come over and help us with combat. He's doing a great job so far.
Absolutely. Let's see. Oh, they look great. Very cool. That's awesome. Now, in addition to marks, talk to me, Trad, a little bit about hunts. What are the hunts intended to do?
For sure. So unlike marks, which are debuffs on the target, hunts are different buffs you can put on yourself. They're both themed pretty similarly. At first, we had started with linking these two concepts directly, like you would put the hunt on yourself and then shoot that hunt out as a mark, and infuse the target with that. But we ended up kind of separating them just to make them a little bit more independently and freely usable. But the theming you can see is the same. We've chosen the tiger, bear, and raven animals, but they're stay tuned for more. And yeah, like you guys are talking about, the visuals for these are really cool. but yeah, you'll these are basically like different buffs that you will put on yourself, and they do tend to have some synergy with their respective thematic creatures.
So I used Mark of the Raven this time. I was doing 96 damage, but that's because I had Hunt of the Raven, which is giving me additional physical penetration. But let me use Mark of the Bear on the target while having that Hunt active, and now instead of doing 117, I'm doing 179. Wow. That's significant. Oh, I'm doing 117 again, but that's because... Let me see. Let me try this. Hold on. Mark of the Tiger. No, that's increasing critical chance. Mark of the Bear is magic. Let's try that. Okay.
Maybe Keenan doesn't have enough armor for the extra to help.
Oh, poor Keenan. Not enough armor.
Gray armor.
He's in kind of some newbie gear down there.
Oh no. Okay. All right.
But that is the thing about the armor pen, is that will scale more and more effectively the more armored your target is. So you can think of it as like a counter stat
cool.
for people who build that up.
That looks awesome. All right, so now we also have Scattershot, and this is one of our first AoE abilities. Talk to me a little bit about Scattershot.
Yes, like you said, it's a AoE ability. It fires out in a cone in front of you, about 20 meters ahead. And we've got some pretty cool tech with this. The first is we're drawing a targeting decal that only the caster can see, to help like align the cast as you're firing it. The second cool thing that we're doing here is you can actually charge the ability into a beam, which is better for lower amount of targets. So if you just want to hit a wide field of targets, you would just quick cast it. But if you were interested in AoEing a specific smaller pack, it'd be more efficient for you to do the charge cast.
Very cool. So if I have to hold the charge to completion to get the additional damage value, essentially.
Yes.
Very cool. Now this is obviously a big point of feedback that I think people can provide. Obviously, there's a lot of interesting thoughts around subjective, of course, around UI and decal elements that help to communicate kind of these AoEs. As Brian said, this is obviously going to be a decal that is only shown to the caster, not shown across to multiple players. But what is the desire of our community when it comes to showcasing and demonstrating kind of the area of effect for certain types of spells? Do you want something, obviously this is done very elegantly. I think Scott did this one as well. I think it looks great. Yes. But this is something that is a point of feedback that we want to collect from players as you guys get to kind of play through Alpha 2, and as you're seeing these these updates, what do you enjoy most about conveying these area of effects? And this isn't the only area of effect spell we have. We also have Airstrike, and we've seen Airstrike in the past as well, but this one's received a little bit of TLC. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Yeah, and just real quick, the reason why you're hearing my voice a lot is I'm the owner of the Rangers, so
yes.
I'm in charge of this class, so that's why I'm the one that's why you're hearing my voice a lot. Anyways, Airstrike, we gave this an update. We replaced the particle effects because they were way too laggy. So yeah, Scott again did a pass on these. They look amazing. We also let you have air control with this, so you can steer it while you're in the air. And we fine-tuned the animation. I believe Alex put in some time to make sure that it's holding you only for the right amount. It's not grabbing you and locking you in place weirdly on landing. We really polished up how it feels whenever you use it. So it's just really seamless and nice to use. Oh, and the effect that it's providing, if you actually hit a target with it, it does pretty big damage and also roots the target. So this is a really good skill. Whenever your tank pulls in a big pack of monsters, you just airstrike over top of it, lock it all down in place, and then you and your mages blow up the pack.
I think it looks great. The animation changes that Alex did look awesome. The additional functionality that you guys incorporated as part of controlling the air movement, I think, is something that people are going to love. Obviously, Airstrike also is a significant mechanical benefit for the Ranger because it's, in addition to damage, is also a CC effect. Talk to me a little bit about the CC that airstrike conveys, and what's its intended purpose like in combat. I mean, there's mobility associated with it, there's damage associated with it, there's CC. It's kind of has a broad spectrum of effect conveyed.
Yeah, it's a pretty powerful ability and has a long cooldown because it's providing that wide spectrum of effect. The Ranger is one of the most mobile classes. It's second to the Rogue only, so this is part of how we're providing that mobility benefit. And yeah, whenever you hit targets, they're rooted in place, they cannot move, so it's very effective as an escape tool, but also the hard engage tool that kind of puts you at risk, but if you got a tank and a cleric at your back, maybe that's the right calculus for your play.
Absolutely. All right, cool. Let us try Thundering Shot. Talk to me a little bit about Thundering Shot.
Yeah, this is definitely a favorite ability on the team by a lot of people. It shoots a lightning arrow at the target, and if you're far enough away, I believe the conversion range is 10 meters, it does an additional AoE explosion around the target.
Ooh, okay. So that did 96. Let's see if I'm closer. Oh. Okay, so it does variable amount of damage, and also it changes it to be AoE around the target.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you get more damage. We wanted to have some abilities in the kit, at least with the showcase that we're showing right now, where it's range focused, where there is some advantage for staying at range, and also there's some advantage for closing on a Ranger.
Yeah, absolutely. Very cool. Next up, we have another lightning ability, but this one's called Lightning Reload. Talk to me a little bit about Lightning Reload, Trad.
Sure. This one's more of a self-buff effect. When you put it on yourself, it will allow you to use one of a few abilities without spending its cooldown. So I believe a couple of them are like Snipe, Headshot, Thundering Shot, ones we've already been through.
Okay.
If you pop that first, you get about a 5-second window, and if you use one of those abilities within that window, it will not trigger the CD, meaning you could use it twice back to back. You can also even use something that's already on cooldown by popping that first, so it's not like you have to already have it available.
Oh, okay.
So you can use it in a lot of pinches.
So this is another concurrent channel effect that I can use. Brian, what are some of the cool combos with this?
Yeah, one of my favorite ones is the triple headshot combo. So if a target is marked, headshot on them has 50% reduced cooldown if you're spec'd for it. So what you can do is you can mark someone, you can headshot, and as you're charging at the first headshot, throw a mark. And then whenever the headshot hits, you lightning reload, and then you get 2 more headshots right after that. And it makes a really nasty combo for finishing off a target that's already below 50% health, because you're getting that bonus damage on headshot too at that point, which makes its efficiency per second higher than Snipe.
Okay, so with Mark of the Raven, okay, which one gives the mark benefit you were talking about for headshot?
Oh, any of the marks will do it.
Okay,
any of the
cool.
marks will provide a 50% reduced cooldown on headshot.
All right, and I currently have Hunt, Physical Penetration, but we've already determined that you don't have enough physical mitigation. So let us do Hunt of the Tiger, and let us apply Mark of the Bear on you. While we're casting 3. So it's going to be 3 shift 4, and then you said lightning reload and 3 twice more?
Yes.
Should I start with Snipe first?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay, so Snipe to 3 while doing Mark of the Bear. Alright, let's try that.
I'm gonna need some heals, Trad.
Really?
Oh, but you know what? I did that with the cooldown set to
Yeah.
set to nothing. Oh no, hold on. Let me set that back to 1. Okay, so this is the normal cooldown frequency. Okay. Oh,
Not representative of real gameplay.
correct. Yes. All right, let's try that again. I'm going to do the Mark of the Bear. All right, here we go. Ooh, okay, very cool. Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah, it feels pretty crisp, and yeah, if Keenan was below half health there, he would have taken. I mean, he might have died.
Oh my God, Keenan.
Not with me as his healer.
I know. You're too good.
All right, let me set cooldowns back. Let me max my mana. Okay, we've showed off lightning reload. Next up, I have bear trap. Talk to me a little bit about bear trap.
Yes, bear trap. So we went through a couple iterations on this. We wanted a very solid trap ability. It's right in the name. But often in games they're either too small, they activate too short, they're just not, or they don't last long enough. There's lots of ways for a trap to suck. And we think we got bear trap in a decent spot where it's pretty usable. You can pre-place them on the ground. They last for, I believe, 30 seconds after you place them. So it's a very strategic ability, allowing for zone control. You can place these in between you and a hostile target and kite them into it. You can make like a little trap wall in front of you so that if people are closing on you, or rather you're setting up a gank and you want to set that up beforehand, so whenever there's a counterattack, you're already prepared for it.
Very cool.
It definitely benefits that strategically minded player.
Very nice. That looks that feels great. Can I hit my own bear trap? No, I'm just kidding.
No, thankfully.
I hope not.
But if I did, I'd have Call of the Wild.
Yes.
Talk
Maybe
to me about
we
Call
should
of the
just show that
Wild.
one.
Yeah. Maybe, what does Call of the Wild do?
It is a CC break and a movement buff. So if you get hit with a nasty stun or something, you can just break out of it and run away.
Ooh, that was cool. I love the effects. That looked awesome. Wait, let's try that one more time. So I'm running along. Give me a stun.
I gotta wait for the cooldown. Try it with the
okay.
trap or something.
Hold on.
Yeah, but the Ranger is a fairly fragile class overall, so if they get a stun on them and it doesn't get cleansed, then
Here, I'll do it again.
All right,
they'd
here
be
we go.
very nasty.
Ooh, that was good. That's great.
Yeah,
Very
all of
cool.
our archetypes will have their own versions of CC breaks, just because that is one of the things where players want answers to those kinds of situations, and that'll be part of your spec choice, right? Is like how much do you want to build into your ability to resist and break CC versus just be like a raw glass cannon, and accepting those risks. That all factors into like the decision making when it comes to specs.
Yeah, one of the pillars that we're trying to build combat on top of is giving players the true feeling of agency, like they're really in control of their character and what happens to their character, rather than just watching stuff happen to their character that they have no impact on.
Oh, it feels so good. Keenan, come over here. Let me try this next ability, Raining Death. I love the name of that, by the way. Feels like a perfect like band name for a heavy metal group.
Yeah, like a Slayer song.
I know. All right, very
Yes.
cool.
So Raining Death is also using a caster side targeting decal. So again, only the caster is seeing that targeting decal. And that allows them to line it up a little bit better and make sure they're hitting the targets that they want to hit. And another thing to note is we are making the spread of projectiles a little more even and dense. So yeah, as you notice, there's some spots in the decal that don't look like they're getting hit. They are actually getting hit because of this homing arrow tech. There's actually a hitbox that's being drawn there, and every target within that hitbox is getting a homing arrow fired at it. Actually, 2 homing arrows fired at it. So it is hitting stuff, even though it might not look like it right now. We're going to improve that a little bit more. And Scattershot has a little bit of the same thing going on where the spread's not really perfect, but yeah, that's currently in progress with our VFX artists to make it a little bit better.
Yeah, it's a good representation of like where we've been trying to find a balance between making these abilities feel organic and not super like templated to use, but at the same time, at the end of the day, like gameplay is the name of the game, and we want these things to be reliable and consistent, both from the users and
Oh my
look
God.
at that, you're
Oh,
taking
no.
advantage of the fact that I'm talking.
He just turned
I
into
should have
ash.
expected that from you.
He just turned into ash.
It's okay. I rezzed him.
Oh,
You
that
gotta
was
roll.
so good. That was so good. That was little ash loot
I
piles on
forgot
the
what I was
ground.
saying.
I forgot
I
what you were
dropped
saying
some
too.
stuff.
That was a great effect. I think Siva worked on excuse me. I think Siva worked on that as well as the snipe reauthor as well.
But yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
Raining Death is an example where we iterate on these abilities multiple times, and sometimes it requires a complete rebuild. This is, I think, the third complete rebuild of that ability, because the previous versions just weren't good enough for our players. They were more direct fire projectile based, which is pretty cool because you see there's a direct connection between the projectile and dealing damage. But we found a solution where we can simulate the appearance of all the projectiles hitting, and then we can also have a homing volume underneath that. So it's very reliable while also looking super.
Out of mana. Sorry, Keenan.
Oh no, Keenan!
Oh no!
Oh, he's corrupted. Look at that.
Oh, did
Oh,
I turn
man.
corrupt?
Oh, I gotta take advantage of it.
Oh no. No, wait a minute. I have no cooldown.
You pissed off the cleric.
How did I go corrupt?
By killing an innocent player.
Ooh,
Nice.
Oh, we did it! Okay, wait.
close one.
Don't kill me. Let me get back to what I was doing. All right, sorry. So,
See, Steven's a good player, guys.
yay! How dare you? Just because I show at a lower APM so everyone can see the fidelity of the effects and the gameplay around the environment and the NPCs doesn't mean I don't have a little bit of, what is it called? Juice?
We'll just call it a dark side.
What is it called? The juice box? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we showed off a little bit of the bear claw. I mean the bear trap. The Call of the Wild. We went through lightning reload and thundering shot. We talked about the marks and the different hunts that exist. We have disengage to show.
yes.
Let's talk about
Disengage. Whenever you only have the ability, and you haven't unlocked any of the passives involved with disengage, it'll shoot you right back whenever you press it. So it's really good for creating space between you and some targets that are charging at you. You can just hit disengage and you'll flip back.
All right. Let me try that now. Go. Boop.
And yeah, like Steven's demonstrating, you can also use it for traversal.
Very cool.
Something that we learned with disengage, though, is people have different preferences for how they want this ability to activate. There's some people who've played a lot of Ranger who are just like, you know what, I don't want to have to spin my camera around to press disengage, and to be able to go forward. I just want it to go forward when I press the button. So we made this omnidirectional disengage option,
And
which
it's
costs zero
cost.
skill points.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. But in the future,
So-
that'll be a kind of an ability option that you can choose, right? Not necessarily through a passive effect.
Right.
That's the intent.
Correct.
Yes, that is the intent. We still need to do some work on how we're gonna like display that to the player to make sure it's as apparent as a spec option, right? Because that's very apparent that you have that choice. And it can often be lame in games whenever how to min max is all in the options menu. But we're gonna make sure that that's nice and clean for our players, and it's very apparent the options that they have available to them. But yeah, whenever you have the omnidirectional option engaged, now whenever you're pressing a movement key, disengage will send you in that direction instead of straight back.
Very cool. Very cool. All right, and then last but not least, and then we'll go up to the to the environment and just kind of play together a little bit, is the imbue ammo. Talk to me about imbue ammo.
Yep, so imbue ammo, whenever you cast it, it'll imbue your next, currently they're set up to imbue your next 10 shots, and this will probably go through another iteration, but currently it imbues your next 10 shots with a special effect. So we've got weighted ammo, concussive ammo, and barbed ammo right now. We're probably going to add more in the future. These are ammo imbues, so you're imbuing your next 10 shots with this effect. Weighted ammunition is a snaring effect, barbed is a bleed effect, and concussive is a stagger effect. Stagger reduces accuracy and evasion,
Nice. Okay,
and it
Keenan.
also increases trip duration. So
Very
go ahead.
cool. Keenan, try just kind of running down this path, and let me do some weighted shots.
Another element of detail
Nice.
that I really like that you were down for going for, Steven, was it actually changing the appearance of the ammunition whenever you're firing it.
Yes, absolutely.
So when you load up weighted shot, it will actually swap your bullets that you're firing, not bullets, your arrows that you're firing to look the part. And it swaps, currently it swaps over both basic attacks and barrage.
Nice. Very cool.
Yeah, if you want to cast your ammo and then cast barrage, you can show that off.
Let's do it. Let me do probably. Let's do weighted as you're running again. Let's try that. That's so cool. Very cool. All right, let me set my cooldowns to something that's representative of real gameplay, although I have far more abilities than I should at level 7, but that's okay. And I will join your party now. Oh no.
If we can even invite you.
No, you can, you can.
Oh,
I'm only
nice, okay.
corrupted. I mean, I'm not like a monster. Come on
That's true.
now. Now, you might, however, flag when you heal me, but, you know, that's okay.
We'll see.
What do we got over here? Oh, I love that. That's awesome. Whoops. Oh, wow.
Nice.
The snipe followed the target. That was crazy.
Oh yeah, there's a little bit of aim offset there in animation that we did.
Yeah, that looks great.
Quite a few of the bow abilities do it actually. It's just a lot more obvious with snipe.
Yeah, headshot's another one. As long as it's within a certain angle, it'll try to maintain tracking of the target. And yeah, the way that we pulled it off, it's not like affecting your control rotation at all. It's just an appearance thing.
Oh, it feels good. Feels very good.
Yeah, it did not feel this good a while ago. I really want to give credit to our playtesting process. This was in a much rougher state a couple months ago.
Absolutely.
But yeah, we get in the game. We play test it the same way that the players will be play testing it to make sure that it's going to be awesome.
Absolutely. I think one of the great things that your team has done is you've really defined your iterative loop, right? And obviously the most important aspect of that loop is going to be the playtesting aspect, which you guys playtest. I mean, I think every day, right? With NPC team and the world team, in helping to define, obviously not just the player character and the abilities you guys are authoring, but also the playable space and the playable enemies that you're encountering as part of this whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's important to note even when we're not in official playtests, like when we're building these things, we make it a key point to be playing the stuff as we're building it. Like the designers aren't just making stuff on paper and handing it off. Like we're in the tools, we're building these things, and we're in a game environment. And it's, I think, part of the reason that these things come together so nicely is we can like build them in real time and play them in real time as we do so.
Yeah, I mean it is.
It'll help, guys.
Oh wait, hold on. I'm just
Gotcha.
taking in the view a little bit over here because it is a beautiful view.
It is definitely beautiful. And I love all the verticality on our maps, but it has definitely forced us to make abilities in a better way. If we just had flat arenas like every other game, it would be way easier to make all this stuff. But that's why we were forced to make the cool homing hitbox tech that both Scattershot and Raining Death are using, because we're playtesting in the environment, we're figuring out what works or what doesn't, and then we're adjusting and building new stuff to fit.
Oh, it feels so good. Love the combat with this Ranger. And obviously, we have a big showcase next month with regards to PvP in a more raid format. And you guys are going to be seeing some changes that are done to the mage effects as well, yeah? I think Scott's working on that now. Oh my god.
Scott and Siva, I believe, are both working on the mage next, so that'll be very exciting to see that get another pass, because, man, the mage can really throw down the particle effects.
Absolutely. Wow, that was a big pull, actually.
Shredded.
I love this area. And the mixture of creatures here is kind of interesting.
Yeah, I actually, like, the Raven has gone through a bunch of iterations, but I do like the current iteration of it. It could be a little bit more deadly, but I think it's fulfilling its role of like that popcorn mob. It's super annoying, but you can kill it really fast if you focus it down. Then it won't give you as many issues.
Oh man, you just one-shot
I
that thing?
just one-shot that Raven.
By the way, Steven, isn't that shard over there like kind of more relevant?
Which one? Oh, good call. Yeah, we should talk a little bit about this zone. So this is a small point of interest within the Riverlands area. Obviously, we're in the Riverlands. It is winter. And this particular location, called the Gem Spring, is a remnant, a shard remnant of one of the Harbingers that broke off and actually has begun some interesting interaction with Essence within this area. So those of you guys who are going to be participating in Alpha 2, this will be a location where you're going to have some related quests, and this gives you an idea about Gem Springs. Oh, we're here, Gem Spring. What do you say? Should we just do like a massive AoE?
Oh gosh. All right.
Do you want to pull him?
Yeah.
Get it all. Get
Keep
it
them
all.
in chains though. I got an AoE down. Pull them back in.
Get as many as you can.
Oh my god.
Yeah, big chungus pull.
I'm gonna go all the way around.
Oh.
Okay,
Oh, God.
here they come.
Okay. Where you at? Where you at?
They're right here. Oh, they leashed.
Okay, we got some of them. That wasn't bad. That wasn't too bad.
Fortunately, these guys are just kind of slow.
Little mycelium. Let's take a look at their...
Huh? Not the ravens, though.
Ooh, the ravens are quick. Ooh. Oh, they push you out of the way. Woo! That was awesome. We cleaned up this place. That was very cool.
Man, I really need to get some better gear. My damage is terrible.
I wonder if there is something for us to discover up at the top. Should we go check it out?
Yes.
These poor spiders.
Wait, that's a named mob.
Oh no! Oh no. Is it really?
Yeah. That's got like
Okay.
2.5k health.
Alright.
It's just a bigger spider.
Wait a
It's
minute.
like 3 times the normal spiders.
Let's see. No. It is, it has a lot of hit points here.
It really does.
I need a tank.
I'm trying. My damage is just so bad.
I'm gonna get some
You don't need a
raven
tank.
mark. Wait for it.
Oh, there he goes. Oh, I think we leashed him.
Oh no. Kill him quick.
No, kill him.
Kill him.
Kill him.
Snare him.
Oh
Ooh.
no! Oh no!
Wow. That's a classic moment right there.
All right, let's take him down. Let's take him down. Come on now.
All right, all deeps.
Come on now. Switch to this one.
I mean, he doesn't hit that hard, so.
Got him! We did it.
Yay.
We have done it. We have done the thing. Look at this view. Good God, man. It looks so good. How do we climb up here? Where are you going?
I'm just getting a better view.
Okay, hold on. Oh,
This is nice.
yeah, this is the Carfins in the distance.
It's a familiar point of interest.
It looks beautiful. Holy
Something over
smokes.
here.
Where?
Over yonder, around the rock.
I'm coming. I'm on my way. Oh, what is that? What is that?
I think it's a little sandal surprise left to us from our lovely environment artists.
It probably belongs to
Oh.
that spider back there.
No, we found its nest. Its
Yeah,
sandal
forgot.
nest. We killed it, and it had a sandal nest in adoration to the sandal wisdom. This looks amazing. Oh, I love it. Tristan and the environment team must have done an awesome job here. Some of these, I've never seen the sandal tree before. That's new. That's different. I wonder if the wind speed affects it. I see the sandal.
It does.
moving. Oh, does it really?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good. That is so awesome. Oh, is there like a little jump puzzle? Can you get up there?
You can. I don't know if you can get on the big
Aw,
tree.
That looks awesome. Well, guys, thank you for joining me and showcasing all the hard work that you and the many members of the team have devoted to obviously upgrading our basic weapon attacks, the ranged weapons, the Ranger Archetype. The zone is beautiful. The monsters are cool. Everything is shaping up very nicely as a great showcase for the end of the year. And guys, you're watching out there in the community. Obviously, we do these so that we can get your feedback. Oh, no. Okay, we did it. So that we can get your feedback on things that you saw today. What did you think looked great? What things would you change? Look at that beautiful creek down there. My God. What a great winter wonderland. So please make sure to participate in our forums, on the social media, YouTube video, everything. Talk to us about what you enjoyed today, and how you like the direction of the archetypes and the classes, the combat, how everything is going. I know it means a lot to Brian, Trad, Keenan, everybody else on the combat team, for you guys to give your feedback. Trad, Brian, Keenan, thank you for joining me and showcasing all your guys' hard work. This was great.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
Guys, we'll see you back on stream to close out 2023. Bye, everybody.
See y'all.
Cheers.
Bye.